All right, cool. So welcome to our team call, girls. We are excited to share some tips. Caitlin, I'm going to pull you in along the way. Just some things that you maybe want
Okay,
to share with Instagram that's working for you. But I
totally.
wanted to come in here and share how to use your stories and how to kind of navigate through that, because I know that it can be a little bit of a learning curve. So I want to show you some things that I have definitely learned along the way, and that can be super helpful. I'm going to make a note because Caitlin, I just in my head was like, save post. Okay, so I'm going to screen share because I now have this nifty little way that we can see my iPhone.
Yeah.
All right, so can you see it? There's my phone right in the middle of my screen.
What did you get? I need this.
I think it was called Air. I don't know. I don't know. I will.
Is this your vision board? I need to do this.
Yeah, this is last year's though. I need to put my
I
other one
know,
up.
but how brilliant is that? I never thought to do that.
So I look at it every day. Yeah.
Yep, I need that.
It's
Doing it.
a power mirror.
Huh.
It's just a
Yeah, it even
software.
looks like the
Yeah.
phone. That's
See?
fun.
Yeah. Okay. So we are going to go to Instagram and we're going to talk about stories. Okay. So first, I just want to show you a couple things. So if you swipe over, you have all of your filters here. Okay, there are a lot of them, and like if you see somebody with a filter, like I saw somebody using this filter. Caitlin, I'm
It's a good
gonna
one.
um, do you have, I think you have some on yours sometimes,
I like using that vintage
but
one
so do I.
because,
So Caitlin has this vintage. If you click on the vintage, you can download it yourself, or
yep.
you can also browse effects. Then you can go into and the effects and find different filters that you want to add to your wheelhouse. Okay, that's just a quick little tidbit.
Yep.
So
Way
we're gonna,
easier to steal other people's.
yes, then to search. Okay,
Hmm.
so obviously my camera is face down. If I flip it this way, you're gonna see me. Hey, okay. So that's your selfie mode. If I hit this X button down here at the bottom, that's your live. So you would go live and that would stay just in your Instagram. That is not an IGTV. That's just a live. Okay. Create is just typing content. Normal is just a picture, or you can hold it like this and you can record for as long as you're holding the button. As soon as you let go, it stops. Okay. Boomerang, I think everybody knows what that is. It's just a couple like, you do something silly. Okay.
Okay.
If we go to layout, I haven't used this one yet, and I'll be perfectly honest with you guys, like using the layout, I feel like when you put pictures or videos in a layout like this on stories or on Instagram posts, period, it's very muted, because you have to think about when people are searching through your pictures or your video, like they're very small. So to put all that content in one picture, it's a lot. Super zoom. So this one, if you put it on something, you can do all these different things and it just like zooms in. They're just kind of fun, different ways to, I usually use those more like with food and things like that.
Hmm.
And then hands-free. So this is where you will do your workout videos. This is how I do my workout videos. I put my camera in my tripod, and if you press and hit it, then it'll just record. So it's recording me right now as I'm talking, and then I can hit the stop button and it'll stop. Okay.
Really? How long will it record for?
This one will keep going for 10 slides.
Okay. That's good to
Okay.
know. I don't do that. I like make my life way harder.
Yes. So that's what I wanted to do, this is to simplify, because I know that Melissa was saying that like she was really struggling with making her video. So if I hit and hold this, it will give me a 3-second countdown. Now I can talk and blah, 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 blah. This is how I do my videos. I hit that 3, I hold it, so it gives me that countdown, and then I step away from my tripod and keep doing my workout. This will keep, see the little timer going around at the bottom? That will keep going for 10 slides. So each slide, like that first one you see at the bottom of the screen, is 15
Hmm.
seconds. and then it'll do another one, which is another 15 seconds. It'll do 10 15-second increments. Okay, you don't have to let it go that long, but it'll cut you off on the 10th one. Okay, so I'm going to hit stop. Now what I do during my workout is I will hit save. I'll go to, which is that little download button. I'll go to the next one. I'll hit save. Oop, sorry, somebody's messaging me back. I will hit save. And then I go back and edit them, but I save them in order so that they are all there for me. So like Melissa, I know when you were doing yours, you were doing a talking video, and I think you kind of got cut off, and then you came back and tried to keep talking, because I don't know if you were trying to do 15-minute increments, but I'm going to stop this because it's distracting that it's like talking back to me. So squirrel, if you use that, I record everything in Instagram because it's much more edit friendly and easier to edit in than if I did it in Facebook. So once I have edited my pictures, I'll actually show you. I do the same thing I just showed you. I save them. Phew, yeah, that's why there's 9,817 pictures or videos in my freaking log, because
mine too.
because I literally, when I do videos, like there's this one, that was all like during my workout. Okay, so I saved them, and then, or maybe no, where are my edited ones? Did I already delete them? No, I don't see them. That's weird. Oh, there's one of them. So I made it black and white and edited it. And then I saved it, and then I went back to Facebook and added it. Okay. So that just kind of gives you an idea of how you can create the videos and make your life a little bit easier. Okay. So I personally have, and I shared with you guys that little tripod I got. Like I got this thing, and it goes up to like 4 feet tall. It's super awesome. If you don't have a tripod, when I started, I literally used 2 hockey pucks to prop my phone up when I would record videos as a new coach. So don't feel like you have to go spend $40 if you don't have the $40 to invest right now. I'd rather you invest in your journey than a tripod, if it's make it or break it. So those are videos. We want to use hashtags on our content. So I'm just going to put a picture up, maybe.
Oh, gross.
There it goes. So this little square up here, that's where you're going to be able to add, like when you see people add GIFs, you can search whatever you want in here. There's a ton of them. I don't recommend using the Beachbody ones all the time, because that's just salesy and they're very brandy. So you don't necessarily want to use those all the time. But like sometimes when I do a food post, I will do, there are the containers somewhere. Yeah, I'll do like the containers down there and kind of stack them up or whatever. Different things like that. But there's all kinds of different ones. Like if
there's a Beachbody name, they can Google it.
Yes, that's why we want to stay away from the brandy stuff. New posts. Like if you make a new post and you share it into your feed, I use these little guys to like say, hey, it's a new post. You can add your music here. Just know that when you save your video with this music, it will not download when you save the video. It will save without the music, and you'll have to add the music again over on Facebook. And a quick little tidbit, when you go to do that, it will not allow you to add multiple slides and add music to it. You have to add one slide, add the music to it, add another slide after you post that one. Does that make sense?
It's so tedious.
It is. For that one in particular, you can add like 10 to 15 slides, but if you're adding music, that's the only one, or polls. That's the only one I have found, that those 2 things on Facebook, you can't do multiple, okay? Hashtags. So you really want like super popular hashtags in your stories where it's kind of a little bit different when you're talking about your actual post. But like for this one, I did before and after. You click it like that, and there it's really big. Some hashtags I will leave on the screen. I'll make them smaller or whatever. You can tap it and it'll be like transparent. You can tap it again and it's super colorful. What I typically do is make it transparent like that. I'll make it super small and I swipe it off the screen so it's completely gone.
Mm-hmm.
Still there, but people don't see it, so they don't know that I'm using it. Okay. Next thing is polls. So when we create a poll, you ask your question. I don't usually use this to say, are you in? I don't use that part for my question, okay? I'll show you how I do that in a second if it's not already on my image. But when you give people an option, especially to join your challenge group or the coaching opportunity or to learn more, you want to give two positives. So the first one will be like, I'm going to ask, are you in for this? Are you in? Because it'll be like I was talking about my upcoming challenge group, like I did in my slides tonight. I will say, are you in? And this one will say, yes, I'm in. And this one will say, send deets. So they're not committing, but it's giving them an opportunity to participate. And then I will usually make it a fairly decent size. And y'all, I reach out to everybody. Like, I don't care if they accidentally clicked it or not. I'm reaching out and at least connecting with them.
Yep.
I use, so where the little A's are, that's what I use to say, are you in? Are you in? Because then I can change the size of the font. I can change the color of it. I can make it more bold. I can do whatever I want. There's just so much more playroom there. You can resize your picture and move it up. Move this down, move this up a little bit. You can do all kinds of things. Like you literally just have to start playing with it so that you can learn how to use it. And you'll find your brand of what you like because we're all a little bit different. Like Caitlin and I both really like using that vintage filter, but not everybody does. There are like that pink one. I like that one, but it's too warm for me. I like cooler colors and brighter colors. So I don't use that one a whole lot. So when you make a poll, like I just showed you, I want to show you this too. If you click on your little person down here at the bottom, which takes you to your profile, right? If you click these three lines at the top and then you hit archive, it will show you all of your slides. All of them. For I don't know how far back, but I mean they're all there. Now, you can go back and like see, let's just say on this one, you can see that 235 people saw that particular one. Unfortunately, after 24 hours on just a regular post, you cannot see who viewed it to go connect with those people. So that's when you want to be super timely and connect with those people within that 24 hours of posting that slide. But the cool thing is that when you do a post like this that has a poll, if you click on that seen by 144, you can still see who commented, so you can go back and talk with those people. So if you accidentally like, crap, I ran out of time and I didn't get to that poll, those people will still show for you. Okay. So that was under your profile, the three lines, archive, and then just find the slide that had the poll on it. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I showed that to you. One other quick thing. So Instagram, this is more about posts, but Instagram is really loving on posts that have that little save, this here, that little thing there, that's the save bookmark. And this little button here, which is the share button, like that little arrow, okay? If you hit that little arrow, you can share it to your own stories, which gives it one leg up of already going into more feeds. So again, here I would put like a new post, little GIF, and then I would put another hashtag on it that's super popular. And I'll show you the one that I did. I'm making them click on it because I covered up most of the post. I don't always do that, but I want them to be curious about what's underneath that flower. So when they click on it, it takes them to my post. Okay. What I wanted to say, Caitlin, that I didn't want to forget is this little bookmark that I just told you, you want to encourage people to hit that button to save. We can save that too. So like that post that I was talking about for your Facebook that blew up on Friday, if you have a post that does that again on Instagram, click that bad boy and recycle that content. Okay. Because then that will go into your saved collection.
Now, does it help if we save all of our posts that we put up on Instagram, or do you just save the ones that you really like?
I don't know, because honestly, that's the first time I've done it to myself. But it was like, oh, duh, why have I not been doing that for like posts that do really well? Because then I can go back. Because my content is not always the same on Instagram as it is on Facebook. Typically it is, but not always. Sometimes it's changed a little bit, or I post more on one than the other. So I just wanted to point that out, because I know that for me, if you go to view insights, it'll show that there's one comment and one save.
Yeah, I mean, because I always share them to my story. And then I usually put like a really big hashtag on there, like with a few million people, because I feel like that pulls more people in.
Yep.
And I only just started doing that, but I have not saved them. So that's a good idea.
Yeah. So I'm going to start doing that as well. So a post that I want to get a lot of attraction is I will share it to my stories, and I'm going to now start saving it myself. The other thing is, you see those 4 buttons down right above where it says Maria Reyes? There's those 4 little things. It's because there's more than one slide. That is another thing. They consider that interaction every time somebody swipes through. So if you can add more than one image, that's another way that Instagram's like, oh, well, it must be good content because people are cycling through it. Okay.
That's a good idea too. I hardly ever do that. That would be a good thing to do for transformation stuff too.
Yes.
You can put like what you look like right now, and then you have to swipe if you want to see.
Well, here, I will give you a prime example.
That crazy picture I put up the other day. Like, here, swipe to see me.
Yeah. See,
800 pounds.
Y'all want to see something crazy? Yeah. Swipe to the next pic. That was my image because I wanted it to be pretty. And then there's that. So it gets them to swipe through.
It boggles my mind, because for anybody watching the recording of this, I knew Corey back when she looked like that second photo.
Oh, not that girl. Not that girl.
And when the first time she reached out to me, I knew her like that. The first time she reached out to me looking like she does now, her name sounded familiar, but I did not know who the heck she was.
Who is this chick?
Oh my God, it's a girl from Findlay. This is crazy. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's funny. Okay, so the polls and the archive. So remember how I showed you the poll? I'm going to talk about this app here in a minute. But see, right here I have a poll, okay? So anybody who replies to that poll, like I said, whether or not they meant to, I am sending them an invite. And it's not like, hey girl, are you in for my challenge group? It'll be like, hey so-and-so, thank you so much for following my stories. I greatly appreciate you. I noticed that you clicked on my poll last night. Were you interested in learning more about our upcoming ladies wellness group, or did you click it by mistake? And I'll give them that out, because I don't want them to think that I'm being pushy or salesy. I'm just making sure I'm doing my job and I'm following up. Okay. Likewise, I will click on the number that have seen it, and by tomorrow morning, it'll be in the hundreds. By tomorrow afternoon, before it goes away, it'll probably be in the 200s. That's typical for my posts at this point. Excuse me. I will go through these names and I will invite those people too with a similar type post. Even if they didn't vote, I will just say, I've noticed that you've been following along with my wellness journey. I greatly appreciate you. Are you considering, or are you on a wellness journey yourself, or are you considering getting started on one? Something like that. Okay. So that way you can start that conversation already in the direction of health and fitness. And you guys, let's be honest, like if they're following your stories and you're doing your job as a coach, I'm going to come on here so you can see me talking, so you're not just seeing. So if you're doing your job as a coach, they're following you because you are sharing about wellness. Like it's no surprise that you are a health and fitness coach if you're sharing your workouts, if you're sharing after your workouts, if you're sharing like positive, inspiring quotes and stuff like that about your food, all those different things. If you're doing that, then they already know what you're about. Okay. We kind of already talked about filters. We talked about saving them to your camera roll so then you can go over to Facebook and post them. There is an option on here just in case somebody says, well, there's an option that you can save it directly to your Facebook, your stories, and there is. However, it only shares to a business page. It does not share to your personal page. So, and I had I still have a business page, and I was super consistent with running it. And I'm just going to be honest with you, Facebook, it takes a lot of work to get yourself out there, and they want you to pay to play. Where Instagram, still now we need to capitalize on the fact that you can still get stellar content in the eyes of so many people without promoting or boosting your posts. Okay. You just need to know a few key things. You want to make sure you're using 10 hashtags that have less than 300K likes or follows. You want to make sure it has more than like 10 or 15,000 so that there's enough people circulating in there. You want to make sure that people are saving your content. So especially like if you share a recipe, tell them in the first sentence, make sure you click the save button so that way you can come back to the recipe when you need it or whatever. The shares and people commenting, engagement. So if somebody comments, even if it's a robot on your post, talk to them. Tell the robot, thank you so much for their love on your post. Okay. It's not hard.
Is it still the four word rule?
I think 4 or 5 words
is
typically
5 words
that you want to try and get.
Like an emoji or something, right?
Correct. So you, that's a good point. You want to make sure that you are responding with something other than just an emoji or just thank you. You want to say, thank you so much for, your support, or thanks so much. Are you on a wellness journey too? Or I don't know, like you can, not necessarily that question, but like you can ask a question too, to try and get some engagement back. And if it's a person, like somebody that's been following you that you have a connection with, have that conversation. Not all of it on the comments, but some of it to get like that into the feeds and some back and forth. Okay. I'm going to show you a couple apps that I use quickly, and then we'll wrap things up. Okay. So I'm going to close that out. So Lightroom is my favorite app. That is what I use on a very regular basis. You can see I just edited that picture. So I personally have invested in presets, and I will show you how that works. Let's take a picture. I already did those. A preset is basically a filter for your pictures that you have already taken. I'll just use this one for an example. It doesn't need a preset, but over here on the right, so I purchased presets, Caitlin, what were they, $45 or something?
I think so.
Or 50 maybe?
I think like $40.
Yeah, somewhere around there. And on Facebook, you can get like a $10 off coupon all the time. I see those cycling all the time. And it gave me, I guess a black and white is probably not the best picture to use. That's not a good picture either. Sorry, I'm just trying to find a picture that the lighting's not terribly awesome to show you like the result of using the preset. It makes sense. Oh, those 2 pictures right there. Okay, see this one? And then, oh no, where did it go?
That's weird.
That was
It was just there.
I know.
I'm pretty sure you can go to a picture and you can click like undo or like back to original or something. Like if you go down like to where
Well,
presets
I can
are,
just show that
we can
picture.
just show, yeah. Yeah, I swear by presets because my house.
Okay,
Like,
see, this was my salad. It's not a bad picture. I'm standing right underneath a light, so it's well lit. But after I use my preset, look at how the colors pop.
mm-hmm.
And it just is so much more inviting, and especially for Instagram, how everything just the expectation of beautiful to stop the scroll is really what it's all about. So with this app, you can download the presets. I'm just putting up a picture so I can, and it already has all the filters right there for you, and it's super easy. Like when you buy them, they tell you exactly how to download them into your app, so it's user friendly. It's really not hard. I also use Snapseed once in a while, so you can see like that one is kind of, it adds some drama. That was the original picture, and then which I have my preset on. I already edited it in there, but then I use the tools and I use this drama button, and it just adds some character to it. I don't do it to all my pictures, but I like to do it once in a while because it just really makes things kind of pop. So that's another one that I like to use. This unfold is amazing. So
I need to get that.
When I did we'll go back to my stories here. So my stories for today, this one right here is the start of using the unfold. So you can click through and all of them are already done. Okay. So you do the same thing. So that's my unfold. You get to pre-create all of your content, and then you just hit this download button and you can do the page. Or if you click over here and hit story, then you hit story and then hit to device. Super easy. And then you just go back to your story. You click the upload button, you click your multiples, and you just select them in order like that. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Then when you hit next, you hit your hashtags, and I put a hashtag on every single slide. Then I would hit hashtag again, do hashtags, and then if I mention you girls, then I would hit mention, and I would mention whatever I wanted to do. Okay, so Insta stories too is another one. I haven't used that one a whole lot, but it's this one here. I've played around with it a little bit. I'm just more comfortable and faster with unfold, but this one is kind of cool because it makes the well, maybe that one doesn't. I thought that they were like, I don't know how to make it do it. Oh, it's gonna go here in a minute, I think. It's just loading. So you can make like what is it called? Crap, I can't think of the word. Where it like will write the wording for you like in real time. So it will like appear like you're writing it. Let's see if I can show you what I mean. So you can just do like different, it's got presets. You could play around with it. Like that one was just a before and after. So that was kind of cool. Like it shows her before and then flips it over and she looks totally redone. That's actually a really cool one. Like I said, I haven't used this one a whole lot, but it's just, there's movement in the images that you can use as a preset. I think that's all I got. Do you have anything to add that you thought of while I was?
I know for me, I live kind of out in the middle of nowhere, so I don't have the best, like in my home, I have really good internet connection, but outside of that, like if Eve and I are outside, I do not. So I don't take video through Instagram because it just never is easy to upload. So I actually will just take regular video with my phone. And then I use that Cut Story app a ton because I'll take a video and it'll be like maybe like 45 seconds long, and then I just use that cut story app. It divides it right up into the 15-second increments, or I think it can divide it up into 20-second increments for Facebook too. I always do the same thing as you, where I just put stories on Instagram and then on Facebook, but
yeah,
I use that one a ton too, especially and whenever we're out, if there's a time where I know if I was to take video through Instagram and won't get to upload it, I'll just do that. So that's another app I use a lot.
cool. I
But
had heard of that one, but I haven't used that one yet. I actually am just downloading it now because I couldn't remember what it was called. Okay, cool. So that's super helpful. And the other thing is too, is using, like, if you're just using your phone and you're like still kind of uncomfortable with using the Instagram or like holding the button, you can always use the video like on your phone, like Caitlin did or does, and then use that app to cut it down too. So
yep.
The biggest thing is don't let this stop you from trying, because like we've been doing this for a while and we're more comfortable with it now, and we've failed forward and played with it. And we'll continue to do so because social media is always changing and things are always evolving. But we don't ever get better if we don't try and if we don't practice. So just start where you are. And I went into the Marco Polo because I listened to that video that you were talking about from Julie. And like, she flat out says, a girl was like, well, I'm not comfortable talking on video yet or whatever. And she's like, y'all, we are not trying to win an Emmy. All you got to do is talk to your phone, talk to your friend, like talk to like you're talking to your friend in the phone, like you're FaceTiming. Hit record. If you hate it and if you fumble, delete it. Try again. If you hate it, delete it again. Try again. And the biggest thing is to know that everybody fumbles over their words. Everybody at some point, whether they're just because they're stressed out or they're busy or their mind's somewhere else or the kids walk in or the dog barks or the kids need your attention, like, don't stop that. Don't allow that to stop you from trying. That makes you human, which makes you relatable to the people who are following you. And in fact, the more that you do stuff like that and you allow that like blooper style stuff to shine, the more you'll find that people are relating to you and follow you because they're like, oh, she's not perfect. Not everything's edited. How many of you follow somebody who all of their pictures are this picture perfect, glamorous world? I don't follow anybody like that. Yeah. And I wouldn't relate to anybody like that because I am frantically trying to get all the ish done every single day, right? It's not beautiful all the time. And it's the things that we have to do aren't super pretty all the time, especially moms, but it is what it is.
Well, shoot, look at, you know, like, so I follow, and I've talked about her before in our Team Cup group, but like I follow Ashley Molstad, and that girl is a hot mess half of the time, and she's amazing, and she's literally the top coach. Like, I swear, like, the messier and like for me personally, like the messier I am, or like crazier I am in stories, the more people that watch. Like, I swear, if I don't wash my hair for like 10 days, I'm going to have more people paying attention than if I look all fancy. So it's, I think it's legit.
Yeah, no, it is.
They love it.
People need that real instead of that picture perfect. So. Yeah. All right, cool. I appreciate you helping me lead this, Mama, and giving some 2 cents in. I'll get the recording up. Hopefully this was helpful for you. If you have any questions for either of us, just drop them in the comments below, and we'll talk with you guys later. Bye, Mama.